Hi. So I was having a kind of lazy start to my Wednesday. It's my day off. I get to relax. So I don't work, but I have Monday's a busy day with doing stuff, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I have my grandchildren here to hang out. So today's my day to relax. Anyway, I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through my denture support groups, which is what I do when I'm on Facebook most of the time. And I was reading posts, and it motivated me enough to get out of my pajamas at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It motivated me to get out of my pajamas and get dressed and come down here, get another cup of coffee, and do this video. There's just so many people right now and it's every day. I joined the denture support groups in May, and it's every day. It's the same thing, new people. And yeah, it makes me very, very sad for all of the people that are just going through so much right now. So I thought I would do this video and just kind of talk. There's not really no how-tos or anything like that. I just thought I would talk to people who are just starting this journey or getting ready to start this journey. It's overwhelming. It is. It's so overwhelming. It is more overwhelming now. I can't imagine if I was going through this right now with all of the support groups, which are great. The support groups are great. They're a plethora of information. The YouTubers who do videos about their journey, they're great. They are. But they are also not great because there's so much information. There's so many horror stories that it's enough to make your head explode. It really is. When I got my dentures 15 years ago, there was no YouTube. There were no videos. There were no people talking about their journey in denture land. There were no support groups, so there were no horror stories. I got my dentures. I did what my dentist told me. And within weeks, I was eating normal foods. There was nothing in my head to roadblock me. And I think part of the problem right now is there's so much out there that it roadblocks people. It overwhelms them. It scares the Hades out of them, and they don't know. They don't know what to do. It's rough. It's rough. So I thought I would do this video and just talk about it. How rough it is. It's rough, right? So first things first, let's take a deep breath together, okay? I know it's rough, but let's take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. It is. It's going to be okay. Yes, people have bad experiences. People get dentures that don't fit. They have to have a bunch of adjustments. They have trouble eating. They have trouble talking. They have trouble learning how to smile. Yes, and these are all normal things. Your natural teeth were just embedded in your gums. These are over your gums. They're bulky. They're not like your natural teeth. They're not even easy like natural teeth because they're prosthetics. They're over things. It's not like throwing those vampire teeth in over your real teeth when you're a kid. It's nothing like that. It's just not. They take up space in your mouth. And nobody prepares us for the amount of space that they take up in our mouth. I don't feel them after 15 years. I'll be honest. I put them in, and to me, they feel normal. But they didn't always feel normal. They felt bulky. Even when I got these last year, they were so different from my last pair of dentures, which I will do a video later today when I do my whole routine. I'm going to do a video showing my old dentures and my new dentures. But these are taller than my other dentures were. The teeth are much bigger than my other dentures had. And I had to relearn them. And these were bulky. The first few days, man, I want to say my dentist was on point. She said it would take about 6 to 8 weeks to fully adjust to my new dentures and to never take them out, no matter how much I wanted to take them out during the day, to not take them out, to not put my old dentures back in, to not do that, to not develop bad habits. She was very, very adamant about that. And they were bulky and they were hard because I had to learn new dentures. So I can kind of relate because I had to learn new dentures last year after 14 years with my old ones. It's rough because you suddenly have new things in your mouth. Your tongue is touching this hard surface. And for some people, my old dentures, not my new dentures, had a lower palate. My new dentures has a natural palate, but my old ones had a much lower palate. Your tongue doesn't have as much space to move. It's rough. So you need to just do that deep breath thing on a regular basis because you're on a ride. And it's not easy. You're going to have to learn so many things all over again. Things that you did naturally from birth. You have to learn it again. And you got to do it with this stuff in your mouth. Eating is going to change. I've been paying a lot of attention to how I eat lately because I want to do some videos showing me with eating. So I've been paying a lot of attention when I eat. My tongue never stops moving. I never realized this, but my tongue does not stop moving when I'm eating. I'm constantly using it to move food off of my teeth, off of this space here, pushing food off of my palate. My tongue moves all the time when I'm eating. I never really noticed that because it's habit now, but my tongue is constantly moving. You're going to have to teach your tongue to work now. My tongue is always moving to help with moving food around in my mouth. It's nothing I'm doing consciously. It just moves food around because that's what it needs to do now. You're going to have to learn how to taste food. How do you do that? Your hard palate is covered. It is. And when you take it, I'm going to use my coffee as an example. So when you take a sip of coffee, when you have natural teeth, you take a sip of coffee. And the first thing that happens is it hits there. So you get that coffee taste. Not so when you have dentures. There's nothing there. It's just your tongue. So your tongue needs to step it up. Your tongue needs to taste that coffee. I don't burn my tongue when I do that. I let my coffee set on my tongue just for a couple of seconds. Then I push that coffee back to my soft palate and let my soft palate, the taste receptors on my soft palate, do their job. That's what you got to do when you're eating and drinking from now on. You have to let your food set on your tongue for just a little bit longer. And you need to push whatever it is in liquid or food back to your soft palate and taste it there. You have to teach yourself to do that. Your tongue needs to step it up. When you're chewing your food, you can't just chew on one side. Even if you use adhesive, dentures are not made to last. They will wear out. My old ones wore out. I'm going to do a video later today, I promise. So I'll show you what happened to them. And so if you chew on one side, you're going to wear one side down. You have to chew on both sides. I call this the split, divide, chew method. So when I eat, I use my tongue, or I take I bite down just enough, not enough to eat, but I might have to bite down just like on one side, just to divide just so that my food is dividable. So or you use your saliva and make your food softer. And then you take your food, you split it over to both sides of your dentures. So split, divide, chew. It's the only way to really eat well with dentures is to split, divide, chew. You also need to adopt the swish. Hey, I've only had 1 cup and 3 sips of coffee right now. So give my brain a break. So you have to adopt the habit of the rinse and swish. The rinse and swish is when you still have food in your mouth, that you have to take a sip of whatever you're drinking and rinse and swish it in your mouth, so that any food that is here or on your teeth or up here gets down. And you have to do the rinse and swish. Hold on, let me get some water. All right, I got some water. I can do the rinse and swish with coffee when I'm eating something, but it's easier to do it with water. So with the rinse and swish, so when you start out, you're probably going to do the rinse and swish like this. It's not mouthwash. So you want to kind of do it on the low key. I still rinsed. I still swished. I used my tongue to swish the water. Make that tongue step up the game in your mouth while you're eating and drinking. So, but you're going to have to learn the split, divide, chew method, and also the rinse and swish. You're going to have to get your tongue to step it up and taste your food for you and move your food around so that it's not sticking to your dentures. You need to just take a deep breath, because it's not easy. You have prosthetics in your mouth. They take up a lot of space, and you have to learn so many things. They're not going to look like your real teeth. Even if you gave them a photo, I didn't give them a photo. My real teeth, I did not want my real teeth ever back in my mouth. They were crooked and I had issues, and it's all good. But even if you give them a picture, they might not look exactly like your real teeth did, because they're not your real teeth. They're definitely not going to feel like your real teeth, because they're not real teeth. They're prosthetics. There's a learning curve here, and I think you're up to the task. You're a bad, but I'm not swearing, but you're a bad A. You did it, man. You got your teeth extracted, or you're on that journey for it. You're awesome. You got this. You can do it. I promise. You'll be okay. It's just going to take time. Do that deep breath. Come on, let's do it together. You got this. Make your tongue do its job. And you got this. Okay? I promise. You will get it. You'll be okay. Don't let the horror stories scare you. There's a lot of success stories out there. 15 years. I never knew that people had issues with their bottom dentures. Never knew it. Why? Because I've never had issues with my bottom dentures. Adhesive one time a day keeps them in there. Until I joined denture support groups, I had no idea that so many people have issues with their bottom dentures. Never knew it, because I never have. So there are success stories out there. You just got to find them. Remember, split, divide, chew. Rinse and swish. Taste your food with your tongue and your soft palate. Wear your dentures as much as you can. If you don't wear them, you are never going to adjust to them. So you need to wear them, and you need to get used to them. If they're painful, yes, don't kill yourself wearing painful dentures. Get adjustments. Pay attention to every spot that's bothering you and talk to your dentist. But if they're not causing you pain, wear them as much as you can. It is the only way that you are going to adjust to them. And on that note, because I'm at 14 minutes and I really don't like to be super long on these videos, I'm going to go. But I hope that this helps someone. And I'm sorry that it's a really long video, but I just had a lot in my head. So I'll talk to you later. You got this, okay? Deep breath. You'll be okay. Bye.